I read your comments, and this week on Thug Notes, we going ham with Animal Farm by George Orwell. It's all gravy up at the Manor Farm till one night a prize boy by the name of Old Major has a trippy-ass dream. So this porker hollers at his animal homies to preach some of that raw gospel. Major say that men are the only creature on the farm that consume everything but don't produce nothing. Which means the only thing standing between the animals and righteous living is stepping to and stomping their two-legged oppressors. Rebellion, dawg! One night the animals rise up and kick Farmer Jones and his boys straight to the curb. Finally, the boss of their own turf, the animals redubbed this bad boy Animal Farm and lay down a new rap called Animalism. Up in this crib, the main verse is that all animals are equal. After the dust settled, two pigs named Napoleon and Snowball start calling the shots. Thing is, they always getting up in each other's grill. When some humans try to throw down and take back the farm, those animals don't play. They straight beast these fools and send them packing. Then Napoleon and Snowball start beefing about the idea of building a windmill. When the other animals start siding with Snowball, Napoleon gets all crunk and chases them off the farm. Another pig named Squealer started telling everybody that Snowball was nothing but a snitch and a traitor. Now, while all the other animals busting their ass building a windmill, the pigs realize that some of the swag they need, they just can't get on their own. So they hit up their two-legged enemies and start trading with them on the reg. Over time, the 7 commandments of animalism get twisted little by little until one day, only one remains. All animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. Eventually, the pigs get so crooked that they start strutting exactly like humans, walking two-legged with whips of oppression in hand. And in the end, there ain't nobody that can tell the difference between pigs and humans. Looks like we're back where we started. Listen up, comrade. This book ain't just a story about animals. On the real, Orwell dropping some mad allegory about the rise and fall of the Soviet Union. See, the pigs representing the top dogs of the Communist Party. Napoleon stands for Stalin, the Soviet dictator, whereas Snowball really be Trotsky, the communist leader whose beef with Stalin got his ass slung out of Russia. Squealer's smooth-talking tendencies representing Pravda, a newspaper that spit lies to the people in order to further Stalin's cause. Old Major is a mix of Karl Marx, the OG commie theorist, and Vladimir Lenin, the brain behind the revolution. When Old Major preaches to the animals, his rhyme got the same flavor as the end of the Communist Manifesto. The communists openly declare that their ends can be attained only by the forcible overthrow of all existing social conditions. Working men of all countries, unite. Also, the animals revolt in Chapter 2, echoing the Bolshevik Revolution of October 1917 against the Tsar, who beat Mr. Jones in the story. And the humans attempt to retake the farm in Chapter 4, repping the Civil War between the Russian loyalists and Bolsheviks in 1918. Now, of all things, why did Orwell use animals to chop game about the Soviet Union? Well, check this quote from Karl Marx's economic and philosophical manuscript of 1844. The worker in his human functions no longer feels himself to be anything but animal. What is animal becomes human, and what is human becomes animal. But Animal Farm ain't just going off about one point in history. This book offering some legit truths about all humanity. Cause no matter who you with, power can corrupt your mind. And even the realest homies like Boxer are liable to start worshiping a crooked ass leader. But you know what's mad ironic, B? If you keeping it literal up in here, the revolution that went down at Manor Farm was actually legit. By definition, a revolution ends where it began. Cause the porky players that started out getting fucked by their human oppressors are now the ones doing the fucking. Yo, show your colors and get yourself a Thug Notes t-shirt, son. See your ass next week, player.